Maybe you're looking for a new place to call home, or maybe you're a part of that growing wave of people who want your lifestyle, energy, and investments to actually line up. If you've been thinking about where to build, grow, or reinvest, not just financially, but intentionally, you're in the right place. Because while a lot of the country feels uncertain right now, there are still pockets quietly thriving. Places built on rhythm, balance, and community. And North County, San Diego in California is one of them. Last time I broke down the numbers and showed why North County, San Diego's been holding strong while other California markets have started to soften. But numbers don't tell the whole story. So regardless of whether you've seen that video or not, today I want to show you what those stats actually feel like in real life, what it's like to live here, and why this corner of Southern California keeps growing quietly, steadily, and beautifully. If you're a numbers person and you haven't watched that breakdown yet, it's linked in the description below. You'll definitely want to see how the data lines up with what we're about to explore. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Chris Rainwaters, your favorite real estate witch, blending the practical side of real estate with the soulful side of finding home. And maybe that's because I know what it's like to keep searching for one. So I grew up moving all over California. My dad, who's also my broker since starting Coven Real Estate in 2024, spent most of his career in electrical engineering, working with startups and emerging tech companies. That world moved fast. Some took off, others burned out overnight, and we moved right along with them. We never really hit that big lucky break, but what we found instead was resilience. It taught me how unpredictable opportunity can be and how important it is to build stability where you can. I've talked about this before in my story From Darkness to Light. All that constant moving shaped the way I see home and why helping people find theirs has become such a personal mission of mine. So 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 high schools, 6 moves before I even turned 18. After attending college in Arizona and then, living some life, when I finally got to choose where to put down roots, I wanted somewhere that carried the best parts of everywhere that I'd been. And that's what I found here in North San Diego County. The longer I've lived here, the more I've realized something. North County isn't just where I settled. It's where all those other places I've lived finally make sense. It's like a patchwork quilt made of everywhere I've ever called home. The rural pockets of Vista with their big lots, chickens, and quiet nights remind me of my early childhood in the San Fernando Valley, back when neighborhoods still had space between houses and you could actually see the stars. Then there's the other side of Vista and Oceanside, the sidewalks, streetlights, and close-knit communities. That feels like my Santa Ana and Tustin years. There's movement, energy, kids on bikes, dogs in strollers, farmers markets with live music. And the creative, almost nostalgic energy of the Central Coast, that's here too, in the art walks, car shows, and weekend markets that remind me of those Thursday nights in San Luis Obispo when the whole town would come alive. North County has that same heartbeat, a rhythm that's modern but still grounded. It's city and country, coast and canyon, work and rest. It's balance in motion. A friend of mine calls it city country, and honestly, that's exactly it. We've got the ocean, the preserve trails, the breweries, the college, the dispensaries, the culture, all within reach, but without the chaos. You can still see neighbors helping each other, small businesses growing together, and families putting down roots for the long haul. It's the kind of community that's thriving quietly, not because it's trendy, but because it feels like home. Part of what makes North County so unique is how perfectly it's positioned. It's like Southern California's best kept balancing act. To the north, we've got Camp Pendleton, that big green buffer zone that keeps our coastline protected from overdevelopment. To the northeast, there's an Indian reservation that preserves natural land and limits how crowded we can ever get. To the west, the beach. My favorite is Carlsbad City Beach because yes, your dog is welcome, and anywhere that Noodles can come along will always have my vote. So don't ruin this for us, okay? If you bring your beloved pooch down there, be responsible and pick up after them, please. I do not want to lose this privilege, and it's gross enough at Calavera, okay? I digress. Anyway, so you've got Vista, San Marcos, Bonsall, Fallbrook, Escondido, and Oceanside. Communities that each bring something different to the table. Want a morning hike before work? Calavera Preserve has you covered. I do about 5 miles there when I need to clear my head. Need to get to the city? Downtown San Diego's about 40 minutes away. Craving a weekend in Orange County? Same distance, just in the other direction. Or maybe you'd rather head inland for wine tasting or antique shopping. Temecula's about the same drive too. It's the perfect middle ground. You can feel grounded and connected without ever feeling isolated. You can build a business here, raise a family here, create art here, and still be close enough to everything else that makes Southern California shine. And if you're someone who loves a good adventure, you're surrounded by it. Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, SeaWorld, Legoland, Universal Studios, the ferry to Catalina Island, whale watching, the aquarium of the Pacific, all within easy driving distance. And when you're ready to trade palm trees for pines, the snow's not that far either. Palomar Mountain's about an hour away if you need a quick fix, but if you want the real deal, the kind of winter that feels enchanted, Lake Arrowhead's just over 2 hours from here. It's like having the beach, the city, and the mountains all orbiting your backyard. You can surf, hike, and sip hot cocoa by the fire, all in the same weekend. That's the beauty of it. You're not choosing between calm and convenience. You're actually getting both. What really makes North County special isn't just the location, it's the feeling. There's this balance between small town heart and creative energy that keeps the whole place humming. You can have chickens, a garden, maybe even a mini goat if your zoning allows, and it probably does. You're still close enough to grab a latte, hit a yoga class, or meet friends for live music downtown. Downtown Vista has become the soul of that mix. It's got this old meets new vibe, brick storefronts, colorful murals, and small businesses that actually know your name. Places like Milk Organics, Belching Beaver Brewery, Little Cakes Cupcake Kitchen with gluten-free and vegan options, people with allergies, and longtime staples like the Village Pub or Smitty's. And the events, constant. The Strawberry Festival brings in tens of thousands every spring. The Dark Christmas Market and Wild Hunt of Vista fill the winter with art and magic. And there's always a car show, farmer's market, or live music night happening somewhere. The best part is how connected everything feels. Drive 10 minutes west and you're in Oceanside with its surf culture, rooftop bars, and the Sunset Market that runs late into the night. Head east and you'll find rolling hills dotted with vineyards and avocado groves. We've also got the Moonlight Amphitheater for outdoor concerts, Front Wave Arena for bigger shows, and parks everywhere you look. Oh, and we even have the Wave, which is our tiny little water park. It's that kind of community where you can spend a Saturday morning at a farmer's market, catch a matinee in Carlsbad, and still be home in time to watch the sunset from your backyard. It's busy, but not overwhelming. Vibrant, but not chaotic. That's what keeps people here once they find it. If you've been following my story, you know that I've lived all over California, from the valley to the coast, the mountains to the desert. Each place had something beautiful to offer, but Vista feels like home to me. It has that perfect mix of creativity, community, and calm that I've been chasing my whole life. It's a place that welcomes growth, but still remembers its roots. And you can feel it in the way neighbors wave, in the sound of live music spilling out of a local brewery, in the open space that lets you breathe. This is where all the lessons from those other places finally settled. And for me, that's what home really means. Not where you start, but where everything finally comes together. Thank you for spending a little time here in North County with me. I hope this helped you see why this area isn't just thriving on paper, it's thriving in spirit. Because real estate isn't only about numbers, it's about belonging. It's about finding that place where your life, your rhythm, and your purpose all fit. If you're starting to feel that pull to make a move, whether it's finding your first home, your next home, or even your home away from home, you can book a private strategy call with me using the link in the description. Whoa. We'll talk about what alignment looks like for you and find the space that truly feels like home. And if you're ready to dive deeper, grab your free seasonal buyer, seller, and first-time buyer guides while you're there. They're updated every season to keep you in sync with what's really happening in the market. May your path be lined with peace, prosperity, and a little bit of magic. I'll see you in the next one.